when the Kikuyu community was voting for President William Ruto, and Gachagua said it, they knew he was not Kikuyu. They knew he was not. When historically Jaramogi was talking about, no, let us have a fair and equitable distribution of land in this country, and this distribution is from the historical injustices which have existed. Jaramogi was fighting for the Kikuyu community, talking about how some of them had been displaced. So this country has had two tribes. And I want my colleagues here to know that it has nothing to do with my race, my blood, my color, and my kinky hair, if that's what I have. It has nothing to do with. Kenya is the only country, just like in America. Ayub, when you enter the United States of America, they tell you you will be judged by the color of your skin and not the content of your character. What we have done in our country is that you will be judged by the color of where you come from, and we will demonize it depending on the how do I put it? Depending on the convenience of how we can use it against you. And how we, I mean, I saw yesterday, let me tell you how this tribal nonsense is absolutely obnoxious. I saw my brother Duale saying that the two individuals, one who's in charge of EACC and the other one who's in charge of DCI, because people are questioning and we are oversighting their behavior and their performance in this government, he then said, we are telling them that they are not doing their job because they are from Northeastern. And most probably somebody is going to start saying, because they're Muslims. That's nonsense. What we've been saying is that if the president was doing his job, if the president right now had done certain things differently, we would be discussing here with my colleagues, discussing the advantages and disadvantages of those policy issues.
Okay.
But when we get the power, and this particular thing, Ayub, has nothing to do with President Ruto. That's how we are. When we are given an opportunity to employ Kenyans, what do? We employ our tribesmen, we employ our friends, we make sure that it is an exclusive arrangement which exists conveniently. Whether it's in the military, whether it's in the teaching profession, whether it is nursing, at least nursing, somebody has to have a grade. So the argument my brothers are talking about, that this is a group of disenchanted tribalists who are ganging up because their tribes are the ones who are, or if they get power, they will then benefit. That is not what the agenda is. The agenda is very simple. The country needs to be fixed. It needs honest and intelligent people to fix it. There are people who must be telling the president what is right and what is wrong, and our brothers need to stop thinking that all Kenyans seem to be so stupid that whatever that happens is just...
This is the problem. We cannot sugarcoat it. You understand? There is a problem. A big problem. The economy is doing badly. There's maladministration. When you're being asked here, if the president comes here and says, my deputy president was incompetent, it is him who picked him. True or not true? Let's be factual, Mr. President. Let's speak to you. Don't pick incompetent and corrupt people. Then when they fail you, you come and lament here that this person was incompetent, this was corrupt. You pick them. True or not true?
Thank you.
Yeah, you pick them.
That's the point.
And you do the right thing. You understand? We all support this government. We want Dr. William Samoei Ruto to succeed. But he will not succeed if we're lying to him. We must help him serve effectively, because it is our mandate as leaders to help the president serve. Kwani mnatafuta kazi bado? Abana? Hey, you're all grown up men.
Honorable Ruki is already employed by the people of Mbere North.
Exactly.
Yes, the president has said time and again, we must develop the entire Kenya and bring everybody on board. And the afterthought of the president of even establishing a broad-based government is to bring everyone on board, and it is working. We need a very stable political ecosystem to be able to transform our complicated economy. We must agree, our economy has been very complicated, but you see, in 2 years, the indicators are clear with what the president is putting in place. And he has said, don't look at me, I'm not looking for popularity for 2027. What is very urgent now is transforming Kenya. And he's repeated it time and again. He's so committed, he's so passionate, and you can see his push to ensure that the pillars are actually properly implemented. And from where I sit,
which pillars amongst the manifesto that you had sold the Kenyan people?
Of course, the key pillars are very clear. One is agriculture.
Okay.
There's a lot of work in agriculture, subsidizing farmers. And we've seen the escalation in production. If you look at maize, for example, from 30 million bags annually to 34 million bags, 74 million bags per year. That is almost double. And we've talked about sugarcane. And we are not importing sugar anymore. And sugar importation in this country, the licenses have been revoked by the government. A decision that Moi could not do, a decision that Kibaki could not do, a decision that Uhuru could not do, because the big boys, the importers, the cartels, those who had captured the economy, needed to be given lease of life. And some of them are actually behind these characters, these groups that are coalescing. So I want to know.
So what I want to know,
like the group that coalesced yesterday.
What were the contributing factors?
My greatest brother Onyonka was.
Yeah, we will.